This is my wife's 2012 Suzuki TU250X. It's a fantastic little bike, gets great gas mileage, and it's a ton of fun to ride. However, it does have one problem that just drives me nuts, and that is that it's geared way too low. So what I'm going to do is swap out the front sprocket. That's the stock, I believe it's a 15 tooth with this aftermarket 16 tooth sprocket. So let's take it for a ride. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, why it's geared so low. Then we'll do the swap, and then we'll go try it out again after that and see if it's any better on this edition of Moto Cafe. So first gear is just really super low on this. One of the places where you notice it is when you're making a turn from a stop. Pretty much have to shift into second gear about halfway through your turn. Kind of like that. Let's do this turn here. See, already shifting into second gear about halfway through that turn. So now let's take it home, swap out that front sprocket, and then we'll take it for another ride and see if we notice much of a difference. I think we just might.
20 minutes later.
Well, that was a fairly easy job. It took about maybe 20 minutes to swap out the old sprocket for the new one. So we went from the 15 tooth front sprocket to the 16 tooth. Now let's go out and take a ride and see if it gets us through the corners before we have to shift into second. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's take these same turns that we took earlier. That seemed to be a little better. Now let's try this left. Complete stop. Still had to shift into second going through that turn. Not sure if it made much of a difference. Seemed to be a little bit taller, but not really as much as I'd hoped. Now, like I said, this is my wife's bike. She doesn't complain about that. It really only bothers me, so I guess as long as it's not bothering her, then I shouldn't really worry about it. But I did want to try that out and see if it made much of a difference. So the rear sprocket is still stock, and we went from the 15 tooth front sprocket to the 16 tooth front sprocket. And I really only noticed just a little bit of a difference. It made it just a little bit taller in the gearing, but not much. So was it worth it? Nah, probably not. But hey, at least we tried it. And it was a good excuse to go for a little ride. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Moto Cafe. Make sure you click on the subscribe button. Leave any comments in the comment section below. And until next time, this is Moto Cafe.